in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, instead of get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just flow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Let's go. Get first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal.
I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, hell. Keep it on me 'cause my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves. See me and themselves. I wouldn't wanna be anybody else. I never used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers, and they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And the Minnesota Vikings. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now Haskins to throw it. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Makes it 3rd and 6.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Third down. Here's Haskins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
First down, Packers.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Throwing is Rodgers. Open man, it's Allen. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
At the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's checking. Crash. Check that, he won.
On 3rd down, Haskins. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
319.
At the 41-yard line.
Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 30. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Rodgers now to throw. Jones has it. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for them.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket.
Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On second down, Cook. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Vikings on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Haskins to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
Now Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
This is fielded at the 7. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now it's Haskins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player, How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
15 yards on the play, first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
We got 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins setting up the screen for Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Haskins will throw. Escaping the pressure, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Dan Bailey for the Viking field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Looking for Allen, he's got him on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On first down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. And an alley to run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Second and 9 now from the 21.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. Three down. Watch twist.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
Second down, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Mike 42, Mike 42.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. A throw caught by Kumaro. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Let's get it. Mike's 4-2, Mike's 4-2. Here we go. Hey, Mike's 42.
Here we go on fourth down. Haskins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Jake Kumaro, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no ground to cover.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic.
Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Set up.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Switch, switch.
They run it again with Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
42's the
That's a
mic.
gain of 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Makes it
Oh, yeah, I'm
3rd
coming.
and 2.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Showing it, showing it. Show. Check, crunch.
Again, it's Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think it's pretty easy to say this is a ginormous 3rd down opportunity here for the defense. And I'm just going to tell you, Brandon, from my experiences, what you're saying in the huddle to each other is all the right things. Read your keys, do your job. But the biggest one, you don't have to do more. Just do what you can do, and you can make this play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Packer first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Complete to Jones. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
You got three down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Strong right. Hustle. 5 down. Stand up in. Mike 42. You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. Switch. To the right.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Rodgers now to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, and it's 3rd down. Rodgers to throw once more. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Is a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Pittsburgh. Let it go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Vikings, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best to soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.